Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. What's the story?
Yes, so I have about Dangote, as usual. The Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria says the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is inconsiderate for selling petrol at 990 naira per litre, stressing that the company enjoyed massive concessions while assessing foreign exchange during its construction. So Petron also insisted that imported petrol was cheaper than 990 litre price of the Dangote petrol. And major marketers recently revealed that the landing cost of imported petrol as at October 31st, 2024 was 978 naira to a litre. Then on Sunday, the Dangote refinery alleged that Petron and the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association Nigeria were planning to import substandard petroleum products into the country. Now, reacting to the statement on Monday, Petron's publicity secretary, Joseph Obele, insisted that they will sell far less than the current selling rate of PMS in Nigeria when granted an import license by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. He said the association had successfully incorporated a strategic business unit called Petrol. And he also says that this is so okay, let me just, instead of, just quoting them. So at the end of the day, what they are saying is that Dangote's petrol is more expensive. And with all the concessions that the government had given to him to see how he can make it cheaper for Nigerians, he's still selling higher than if they had imported. So it's cheaper for them to import, and the consumers will get it cheaper when they import. Dangote, on the other hand, is saying that they are not patronizing me. They want to go and import fake petrol to come and sell here. Yeah. So that's been the back and forth. Now, these people are also alleging that Dangote has refused to give them the price of the PMS. They've been having that issue with NNPC until they release their own price of what they were importing compared to what they were buying before he now released his price. So if you look at it side by side.
How much are they importing?
They are for 978. He is selling for 990.
And Dangote is insisting that theirs is substandard, because I read in the papers yesterday, he's saying that what they have is substandard, and he says that also that he has the capacity to test, because that even Nigeria don't have the facility to test.
That's the point.
He has
that's the point.
And they should see.
You cannot be a judge in your own court.
Exactly.
We took that story yesterday, and these capitalists, they will not run us mad.
No,
hold on, Murayo. They will not run us mad. This one will go bring 970 something. Is 970 something realistic in our economy?
Yeah, but that's what they can
get
now.
But Pinnacle Oil is the owner of the blending facility Dangote mentioned, and they said that they are not bringing any. They have denied any substandard product blended in their facility in the same story. This one would have said that.
How do they know it's not substandard?
Because NNPD, the former DPR, what did they be now? Something. Those bodies, Dangote is insisting, cannot regulate on standard. They don't have the facility.
Yes.
You when they mix, and you see they give us standard.
No, excuse me. Can I ask this question? Yeah. Why can't Dangote crash his price?
I don't understand.
If he crashes his price, they will buy from him.
Yeah. And then they stop importing. It's a market strategy now.
It's a market strategy.
Okay, well, it's not our topic today.
He will still make a profit if he crashes his price.
We don't know that because we don't know these factors. Let us move on. It's not our hot topic. It's not our hot topic. The Nigerian students planning to study in the United Kingdom,
we can make it,
may see a rise in tuition fees for the first time in nearly a decade, following the decision by the UK government to increase tuition fees by September 2025. So you want to go to school, but that's really enter now. Because by next year, 2025, they're increasing it. So according to the Telegraph on Monday, effective September 2025, there'll be, it will impact current A-level students applying for university from different countries, including Nigeria, as UK moves to align tuition with the retail price index inflation rate. The Education Secretary, Bridget Phillipson, under the Prime Minister Keir Starmer's administration, will end the £950,000 cap being in place since 2017. So there's going to be an increase of 2.7%. We'll see tuition fees increase going forward. So just be ready. I know with our own inflation, our own dollar is going to be crazy. So just be prepared.
Anyway, Ikeja Sexual Offence Court has sentenced a cleric, Alfa, Alani Rafiu, to imprisonment, life imprisonment for raping a 14-year-old girl. Apparently, she was going to his mosque on a regular, and then he started to, well, they say he raped her, but then they say he gave her money
Yes.
to, you know, but
He did many
even
things.
in whatever case,
No, he did many
whatever
things,
the
yes,
case
to
is
her.
still rape.
Yes.
Even if it was consent,
Yes.
it's rape. So
Can't even
she said he
consent.
should have known. The judge said he should have known better, and the gravity of the offense cannot be overstated. He betrayed the trust placed in him as a religious instructor and a family friend. So apparently he was a family friend as well.
And a
Very
cleric.
shameful.
Now,
Very, very shameful.
Okay,
It's well.
let's see how much time we have left. Daily Sun, federal government incoherent plan, cause of hardship, says Atiku. I'll align with administration's foreign policy goals, says Bianca Ojukwu. Minors trial, FG bows to pressure. Nigeria's debt servicing reduces from 97% to 65%, says Tinubu. Ex-Delta Governor Ifeanyi Okowa arrested by EFCC over 1.3 trillion naira alleged fraud. Don't revenge against your leaders. God will do it for you, Sultan tells Nigerians. Mba flags off construction of 300-bed in Nugu International Hospital. Okay.
So the president expressed optimism while swearing in the newly appointed ministers yesterday. And he mentioned that, you know, things are looking good. He says that before our debt servicing was at 97%, and now it's dipped down to 65% of government revenue. And so this for him is a positive shift, a sign of the nation's economic revival. I'm hoping that this is a fact because, you know, in the story it's just mentioned 97 and 65 without, you know, the breakdown. And if this is a fact, this is something Nigerians should welcome, meaning that we are clogging loopholes. He says that he would block every loophole for, you know, for reaping the nation economically.
Okay, let me take one of the ministers, the new minister for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu, has expressed a commitment to aligning with the President Bola Tinubu's administration's foreign policy goals. She says she's committed to keying into the foreign policy thrust of this administration, which focuses on 4 Ds, the democracy, development, demographic engagement, and diaspora collaboration. She said this while speaking at the State House yesterday after they were sworn in. The widow of the late Biafran leader, Emeka Ojukwu, emphasized the importance of strengthening democratic institutions across Africa. And she's particularly interested in Nigerians in diaspora. Really, it's quite interesting because this is, she and herself is an institution, and what she represents is bigger than just the minister. She represents somebody who was a forebearer for Abga, who's from the southeast, she embodies a people. So I'm happy that she's been given this responsibility to hopefully be able to bring, especially Nigerians in diaspora, which is a major part of our economic growth. They remit $22 billion every year. That's no small feat. So that's a group that we need a proper leadership, and I'm happy that she's been given this opportunity to drive it.
So the immediate past Delta State Governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, has been arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, that's the EFCC. He was picked up by the Anti-Graft Agency for alleged diversion of 1.3 trillion derivation funds. 1.3 trillion derivation funds. So he was alleged to have tampered with 13% derivation fund that accrued to the state from the Federation account when he was in charge between 2015 and 2023. He was arrested and detained in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, when he reported at the Port Harcourt Directorate of the EFCC on the invitation of investigators, you know, handling the matter. So the former governor was alleged to have failed to render account of the funds. Then a source in the EFCC had said specifically that Okowa allegedly bought shares of 40 billion in one of the major banks in the country, representing 8% equity to float the offshore LNG. The funds were alleged to be used for other purposes. Operatives are also investigating the diversion of funds by the former governor to acquire estates in Abuja and Asaba, that's the Delta State capital. And as at press time, he was still being held at the EFCC holding facility in Port Harcourt, where they are trying to see how they can get bail for him. Why is she laughing?
Sorry, I was just... I was disturbing Nima. I just wanted to say, I hope they will specify that the guy can't go the EFCC by himself.
Okay.
Unlike some people.
Unlike some people that are still running up and down.
That they have not picked. They have not seen them.
They invited him and he went.
They call him, he go.
They're
now saying, they now carry headline that he was arrested. I'm not supportive of him in any way. I'm just saying he obeyed the law.
Comparing and contrasting.
He walked down. In one state, House of Assembly said our money didn't lose, and the person did not go.
I can never forgive that state. The entire House of Assembly, they said...
Full house, a quorum, full
Said
sitting, consensus agreement. They said nothing lost. We are not finding anything this way.
Forever and ever. That House of Assembly. Just keep quiet.
Honestly.
Please, Vanguard. Have we said Vanguard?
Full country.
Have we read Vanguard?
It be like so. No, we've not.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
You are still on some, which I didn't read because I was watching videos.
Okay, I'm still watching those videos. Okay.
No, I'm not watching it. The guy said that it is not Grisha. I've been looking at my phone since.
Please,
So,
let us
wait for
watch
the
Vanguard. I hope time has finished. 2 more minutes.
She has been waiting
Vanguard.
for the video.
We have
Tinubu orders AGF to free minors facing trial.
Oh, God.
Fee hike. Parents protest.
Can we end this?
Short Lagos Secretariat demand reversal.
with these people.
Tinubu to ministers, you'll be criticized, abused, but must be focused. U.S. presidential poll, Trump, Harris in dead heat. Petrol price, Petron, Pinnacle said to import cheaper products. APC kicks as article tags Tinubu's economy policy prescriptions shambolic and Bole Kaja. And Tinubu orders AGF to free minors facing trial. Okay, which story?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I took the Athletics Federation of Nigeria have been indicted by an investigative panel set up on Nigeria's negative exposure at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. I think that was the anyway, the former sports minister came to conclusion that the AFN officials were responsible for the omission of Favour Opheli's name amongst the competitors of the 100 meters race for which she qualified. She has been given a compensation of $5,000 or 8 million naira because they said it was their fault for not registering her name.
Oh, wow.
They particularly called out the technical director, Samuel Onikeku, and the Secretary General of the AFN, Mrs. Rita Mosindi. And she was negligent on her duty of communicating to the then Ministry of Sports Development, and that he was did not make sure she was registered. So I'm happy for her. At least she might feel a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, any story?
Yes,
Vanguard?
so some aggrieved parents, that's in Lagos, and guardians of pupils here for the state model colleges yesterday stormed the state secretariat alongside Ikeja to demand the reversal of the fee hike in schools. The protesters arrived at the state secretariat alongside Ikeja by 10 a.m. They were chanting solidarity songs against the hike. They converged on the entrance gates leading to the Lagos State Ministry of Education, insisting that the Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Tolani Ali Balogun, should address them and reverse the fee hike. So they described the fee hike as retrogressive, lamenting that they are low-income earners. The protesters were led by the acclaimed chairman and vice chairman of the Parents Forum, Dapo Dawodu and Adeyemi Sowemimo, respectively. Then after the protest, Mr. Dawodu said, was asking why is government so insensitive to our plight in this present situation in the country? If the government cannot help us, it shouldn't add to our pains and sufferings. Do they want us to take up armed robbery to train our children in schools or die prematurely? A lot of complaints. And he says this is unacceptable from a government that professes to be a welfarist and lover of the poor. All we're saying is that the government needs to rethink and save our souls. We're begging. This is beyond our means. So the senior officer of the ministry spoke with Vanguard on condition of anonymity, and he says that the government had granted them audience. Mr. Governor has sent a delegation from the State Executive Council meeting to discuss with the protesters. Said the delegation had met with them and requested a meeting with their representatives on Tuesday, that is today, before they now disperse them. So let's see the outcome of the meeting at the end.
It's very serious, so, because at the end of this is that most parents who can't afford it will then resort to what we call glorified private schools.
Yeah.
They are affordable, but they're not
They don't have
quality.
a standard, yeah.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. And come back and bring in our special features. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.